What does it mean to be a minority? Oftentimes, to be a minority means facing exclusion. Sometimes it means facing discrimination. In the current racial narrative today, oftentimes the discourse says that you face systematic oppression. Asian Americans are a minority. We have faced systemic oppression in this country as well. However, today you are just as likely to find an Asian American as your family doctor as you are to find a doctor of any other race. Asian Americans have consistently have higher grades and test scores than members of other races in America today. It seems like the idea of Asian Americans being a minority doesn't necessarily correlate to the idea of Asian Americans being destined to be a perpetual victim or second-class status in this country. And the thing is, Asian Americans are not the only minority that are that way. There are many such inconvenient minorities in our culture today. And many of them also question the ideas that are being propagated in our racial discourse about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Common buzzwords that are used in our culture to explain policies that elevate the elites of various racial groups. But what does the election of a black elite as president, or what does the appointment of a black person as a CEO have to do with the struggles of a black person in rural Georgia who sees violence in his community and who sees a lack of public education resources to help them in his own community? In my podcast, the Inconvenient Minority Podcast, we will be exploring these ideas of race, identity, and culture in our discourse today. We will be talking with some of the major public intellectuals, politicians, nonprofit activists, and business leaders in our culture today, talking about these controversial and difficult issues surrounding our culture and our racial discourse. I hope you will join me as we talk about these different ideas in our culture today, and most of all, talking about the American dream, the idea that you can come from any background, you can come from any place in society, and you can achieve success in this country. That is what I'm trying to do with the Inconvenient Minority Podcast, and I invite you to follow me today. Thank you.